All right, well, we're starting our day a little late here, but we did get latches in the mail. They're pretty small, but they're supposed to hold like 330 pounds, 350 pounds, something like that. So, hold on here. So essentially, they're like so. These are going to get fastened to the lid, and well, they kind of hard one-handed here, but they'll pop down, which then I can catch my latch, and then it kind of pulls over and snaps. So, grab a light. Open a door. So what I am thinking is this is going to go like here. That way I can catch one of these little schnaps, tug the top down. Here's the one that I don't know, because you see this has got to go straight up and down, and I made it goofy and I did it wrong. So I'm gonna have to build a flat spot on here to be able to grab this thing, which is no big deal. And then we do the same back here, like so. I don't know, looks pretty straightforward. I got a bunch of extras. I don't know that I'm going to tackle it right now. I think the first thing I'm going to start doing is we're going to play with the back window and try to get that in. We have this window. We're going to chop this out. I got to feel like, I know in the truck I'm going to want to have the window just over my back seat. So that puts it around somewhere in this vicinity. And I don't know how big I want it. Like, to me, that's a good size. So I think the window's too big as it sits. Maybe not, because the glass itself is only I don't know. I guess what I'm going to do is cut this thing up a little bit, and then we'll kind of hold it up to the truck and we'll see how we like it. Part of me wants to chop it, but it might actually be already a good size. Right, buddy? What do you think? It's going to be a good size? Well, now, that really seems too big. No way am I putting that in there. All right. Now, what's the magic number we take out of it then? Let me see. See if I have a pencil or chalk. Let's just eyeball. I know that the back of my seat is somewhere there. This just seems way too big. I mean, when you look at it like that, it doesn't look so bad. Problem is, it's got all of that around it. Let's chop this, but let's not go too excessive. We'll do just an inch. We'll start with an inch. See how I like the look of that. I think if that was the whole thing, that would be good. So, that would only make my glass that big though. Well, that's not bad. I don't mind that, but 'cause this is, I got to take into consideration the whole size here. So if this thing went down, that's more like 2 inches, I think. I have to take out. Let's grab a tape measure and find out. Let's see what the overall visual. 2 inches. Okay, we're gonna chop 2 inches out of it. Well, let's see. Going by a loose rule, we're 3 fingers up. That's what we're using as our unit of measurement, which I think puts it about there. So that to me looks like a much nicer size window. It's not too small, but it's not too big either. Now, I gotta get this all squared. I think right there. It should be just above my seat by about 1 inch. Let's see if I still have my chalk. I think that'll look okay. It almost looks too low, eh? I don't know how much higher I want to go. It's gonna get into the weird curve part. Maybe we go with there. Gotta remember there's a lot of stuff gonna go on here. Yeah, I think that's a better height. I like it. So, here's the hard part, to make sure we get that centered. And I don't know what's square on this truck right now. Anyways, let's just see where these marks are. If I go door jam around, we are 32 to this mark. Move this door jamb around. That is 33 5/8. So, well, let's mark my 30. And then we'll see if it's everything comes out centered. So this is my 32. And I'm sure that line is 32. So this is 32. Therefore, we are 10 inches apart. Technically, that is the center of my trick. Or cab, my roof. Center of my roof. So, 28 and a half. 14 and a quarter. Should get us pretty dang close to that thing there. Well, we're going to do it on the bottom though. Can't see what I'm doing? Well, you're probably not going to see what I'm doing. I'm trying to find half of here. So, 28 and a half gets me 14 and a quarter, which we'll just eyeball. It's pretty much in the middle of that. Therefore, this here, there. Oh, wow, so close. This is very close. Okay. Let's scrub this off so I can make a new mark, and then we can do a random blow a hole through there. Easier up the truck, and I won't bugger up my seat. Scrub this off as clean as I can get it. Center's still there. I don't know that I have a good way. I think that's about where I wanted it, but I don't know how to measure that straight. This line's not too straight back here. So you're 3 3/4, but this thing looks like it does a little. Try right here. 3 3/4. I mean, I think it's straight. I don't know. I guess all we can do is eyeball it. We gotta just take for granted it's right. You know what? We can fix it in the truck. We'll be able to fix it. Yes, we will. Come on. Stupid rope. We're here, like 4.5. We're here. It's like 4.5. Okay. Let's do a rough to mitt trace that we can slip this panel in. Well, we can fine tune this to about that is about our cut. Going to be there. We'll be able to put the window in. If it's crooked, we can kind of tweak it before we trim the excess steel off. Cool. Well, we're doing pretty good. Unfortunately, I think the roof profiles were so much different. Like here, we're almost in, it's almost touching. Almost touching. Well, it is pretty much touching. And I can fit my hand underneath here. It's not too cool. Same on the top. It's kind of the same spiel. I don't know how far I want to push the window into the truck. But I mean, we'll just trim till it works. That's not a big deal because, like, in the end, there's going to be vinyl wrapped around this, so I'm not too concerned about it. I guess what I'm going to do right now, though, is we'll just, well, yeah, we'll throw it in the truck because, I mean, I can open up the hole more if I need to, just so that I can adjust this window anymore. However I need to do, but I don't know. We'll find out here. I feel like I gotta cut more, but we might have to trim this away. Like for me to get this to sit flush like I thought it was going to. Look how far the window's away. That's whacked. I mean, whatever, I kind of knew that. I guess what we're gonna end up doing here, for the most part, we'll get the sides good. Kind of tacky tack, and then I guess I'll just pull out of here. We'll just keep slicing through here till we can kind of relief everything and make it kind of touch. So it'll be kind of thicker in the corners and maybe thinner over here, but again, like I said, there's gonna be vinyl and padding. There's gonna be a lot of stuff going on, so it's not a big deal. I don't have the cut really good that I can just cut this off and just leave a hard edge, because it'll, well, maybe I can do that. I don't know. How bad does it look under here? How bad? No, that's pretty bad. It's not a good choice. Okay. Yeah, I'll trim it away. I don't want too much overlap. And then once we get that kind of sitting, does it look straight? I think it looks straight. I'd like this to be rounded, just because it'll be nice when we do the vinyl and I find a window where we make something, we can just sandwich it in there. I need to think about this one a little bit. It's definitely a little, it doesn't really matter how I do it because it's going to be padded, but yeah. we'll be back. We'll start just cutting things and we'll figure it out as we go. That's the plan. Well, I kind of poked and prodded at this. I was going to do a whole bunch of goofy stuff, but I don't know. I actually like that I forcefully put it in there. It actually squared, like it got a little bit of the roundness out, but it's still there completely. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's a little bubbly on the inside. Like there's a lot of it. So I have to work on how I'm going to fasten everything together. It would be ideal if I had the original trim to cut down, but I don't. So I'm not sure how I'm going to make that, but that's a different day's problem. For now, I think what I'm going to do is just, I don't care that it's a lap, that's fine. But I don't like the gaps here, so I'm pretty much going to hammer dolly everything. And we'll just kind of blitz it on there with that thing. And then I think we can start working over onto our latches. I think that is the next step. Like I say, back here I don't have to do too much. Up here I'm going to have to figure out some kind of a button or just do something. Just that when it's latched down, this can't, well, it can't, it's not really going to move, but I wouldn't mind having a little bit of a bump or something that it sits into just to lock things in place. And then we have to look at the front panel because, like I say, I goofed that one, so I'm going to have to build something there. Right? Right? You are dirty. Holy Dinah, man. Look at you. There's no way around it. It's just so muddy here. Yeah, a few little spots to touch up, but it's not too bad. Where do we go? Probably don't even need to do this. I really wish this thing had a way to feed wire from my hand here. Just doesn't seem to do it. is my seat. My seat again. We're upholstering it again, so it's not a big deal. Well, worked great, other than I blew a little hole there, which doubled to burning the top of my seat. That's all right. We're reupholstering that anyways, so. Anyways, this is all, well, we got to do a couple little touch-ups here, but this is all pretty much burned right in. Good to go. I like it. Looks a little different. Right? We're putting a back window in.
Ooh. That's amazing. I like it. I like it a lot.
I think it worked out. Except I need a trim. I got to get a piece for the inside, but I'll figure that out later. Well now, that first attempt, I thought I got it, but it was a complete fail. And I tried to retrim it. It was just too flat. See how this plate, hopefully you can see, I don't know, but this sits here like this, and it's supposed to sit like out at this angle. So, well, this is version number 2. So I gotta cut this out, but that puts this latch in the right zone here where I need it. So now it'll actually work the way I planned for it to work. So anyways, I gotta cut this out. We're gonna tack it in really quick, and well, we'll see where we get there. Okay. Well, hopefully you can see. So we got said latch. We got a bunch of welding to do, but we at least have, actually that looks pretty nice, eh? We got this latch here. So I'm pretty happy with all this. We don't have any, not that I need a locating pin, but I do want something in there just so when the body moves, this thing kind of stays put. I don't know. I guess you could essentially, we could have just had a, I wonder where I can do that. On the inside, we just have a little steel plate coming down more. Well, do I do that, or do I, or is a pin smarter? Now I don't know. This might change yet. So I'm debating whether I'll add a little bit, like move this down a wee bit and add a bit of a lip on top, to which when the top's on, it'll kind of rest. Nah, we'll go with a locating pin. Reason being is it'll just mess the paint up like crazy every time it slides on and off. But anyways, this all looks good. I'm really happy with that. In the back, this all sits into a channel, so I'm not worried. Anything that happens with this thing when you drive, it's just gonna wanna push this down. It's the front is where I've spent or worried the most about. We'll have to still trim this thing up because this thing's not very straight. Not that that's too important once you pad it, but it's got to be fairly symmetrical, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure how to make that look nice and straight. We'll have to figure that out. But anyways, lots of folks been asking. They feel like the top isn't going to fit in the box anymore. So let's test that theory out and see. Oh, we got to do all the latches first here. We got latches now. 1, 2, 3. I don't know how this will be. I know by myself, like I say, I don't have a problem lifting this top up. How heavy it is, I don't know. I guess I'm just a pretty strong guy. But this is where the awkwardness is going to be. This is not that bad. Well, that's where it's bad. I'm trying to do this. Plus we got to put a piece of glass in here yet. I don't know. I mean, it sits in there all right. We'll have to have some way for it to sit semi-locked in so it doesn't go slipping and sliding around here. But I don't know, there's like lots of room. I do plan that my top is going to bow up so it'll have a nice bubble top to it kind of thing. But it fits in, that is good. I had to do some little tweakery around here, so this is gonna, I have to weld this up. We still have to do some kind of a locating pin. I think I don't know how to do that in a nice way yet. We'll have to toy with that. We have to fill this, but that could have a locating pin as well. But hey, we're getting a little closer. One step at a time. I'm gonna have to hit up the vinyl shop yet, but I kind of know what I'm getting. This thing, people were wondering about the top here, like is the stitching gonna show through? I plan to put about 1 inch of foam on it, so it's gonna be padded. I'm gonna think either like sanded, do something, because some folks were saying, and I didn't really think about that, should probably paint it because, well, paint it, or I'm gonna put something on it, like a sealer, or maybe that Dome 50 kind of stuff that I use, because when it's usually underneath there, it collects moisture and then it might rot, so that makes sense. So we'll probably do something under there, but I'm not really finishing it. I'm just gonna knock the high stuff down and that's about it, like any of these little bigger bubbles and things like that. But a little bit closer. Still waiting on that wiring harness from Painless. I know they sent it, and I just know it's probably hung up at UPS or something there. That's how they work around our parts. What do we got to do? I think like I can probably send out my templates, get the glass done, but I think for the next round, when the windows are up, I kind of want to, let's roll this down or up or whatever it needs to do here. Got to get this to go. I don't have a channel in here yet, so it's not happy about going around my door latch, and I need 2 hands to do this. Sorry, folks. Oh. Snagged yet again. Okay. So what I want to do, once this glass is up, I would like to make another one of these kind of channels, and I don't think I can manipulate this one to work, but I think it would look really good if I had this same steel frame going all the way around the glass. I might try to manipulate this one, but it might be too much work, so I'll play with this a little bit, see if we can make that one work. But we got to do for the rubber seal, so we basically have what our glass is kind of going to be, so that's okay. But I got to do inside the top, we're going to do those edging for the seals so that when the top is on, it's going to seal the front glass so it don't splatter in my face when it rains. And around this window, when it rolls up, I want to have a seal in there. So there's a channel, and the channel is going to double as a point for the vinyl to get sandwiched in for me, because I have trust issues with glue and vinyl. Well, I'll probably make a template for the back glass, and maybe we'll try to build that frame, because I don't have a frame for that. So I think I know where there's a back window, like maybe a trim. That one's from like a 30s, like a 38 Dodge or something. So I think I have a 40s cab, and I don't know if they're the same. So we'll go have a quick little peek and see if we can make that work. Just making our way of my row of junk here. This is going to be back in soon, folks. It's not going to be a full hardcore build right off. I need a little bit of a break and have some fun this summer, but this is what I was thinking, and it does not look like that is a, I mean, that kind of looks right, but well, it might be. It's totally the wrong shape. I almost think it's easier to make one. Well, I say that loosely. I say that loosely. Well, I won't worry myself too much about it. That part I do want because it's going to hold the glass in. I might hit up Bill at Vavavoom there and see if he's got one maybe. And I can maybe get him to bring out to the swap meet. I think it's this weekend actually. Or I don't know when this video is going to be out. So that could be a different time. Anyways, I think that that is where we're going to leave this one. I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.